Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly stream with Restream Studio. Today we're going to cover how getting started, get you everything set up. We're also going to talk about new feature releases, and also we'll answer most of your questions. Hopefully you come ready with your questions, and here we are to answer them. Please join me. I'm your host today, Anastasia. I'm working with Restream and customer support team, and my colleague today as well, Sean. Sean, welcome to the team, to the stream.
Thank you for inviting me, Anastasia. I'm glad to be here.
Cool. This is so exciting. It's our first show together that we're doing, and Sean and myself today. To get us started, guys, the thing that we would really want to know about you as well a little bit. Tell us, guys, where you from, what type of a content that you stream, and where are you from. As we're getting warming up and we're waiting for more people, it would be also super cool to know where you guys from and what are you streaming. So I'm just gonna get our chat enabled and see. I got one comment from Justin, is from live on YouTube. Justin from UK. Nice to hear you. Nice to see you here. Oof. Nice.
Coming from Peru.
Nice. Super cool. Okay, this is getting exciting. So it's pretty international. Nice. We have more people joining from Facebook as well. Sweden. Nice. You're streaming to YouTube and Facebook. Very cool. Today we're also streaming to Facebook and YouTube, trying to stream to LinkedIn. Maybe next time I'm gonna try to stream to LinkedIn as well. Awesome. Welcome, guys. We're gonna Fort Wayne, Indiana. Nice. So more people from Mississippi, folks from USA. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the stream. Join us today. Cool, guys. Today's agenda is very straight to the point. We're gonna be asking you questions, but later we will be just now. Sean will be starting with presenting demo of how to get started with Restream, and talking a little bit about more functionality with Restream, and then later on we will try to answer your questions. So as we go on streaming, please also don't forget to put your questions in the chat, and so we can answer them later or pick them up as soon as the demo finishes. Sean, do you want to take away with the demo?
Absolutely. I'm excited to be able to show you how to get your account set up, some of the first steps you'll be doing to get your channels connected, and then go through the process of creating an event so that people know when you're going to be going live in the future. Since you're the host, Nastya, will you go ahead and activate the screen share?
100%. There you go.
Very good. Thank you for that. All right. So I'm currently using Firefox, one of the browsers that works great with our service. And when you first access your account after you've signed up, it's going to take you to this screen where it's walking you through the process necessary for getting connected to the destinations your stream's going to go to. When you click on Add a Channel, it takes you to our channel list, which is an extensive list of pre-configured connections you can have. I'm going to go ahead and select YouTube. You'll select on the Connect YouTube red button here. That's how you get connected so that you can support all the great features of chat as well as the stream itself. Once you've connected the YouTube account, it's going to refresh and take you to the initial setup for that channel. There's several options, but in most cases, you can go ahead and just select Save. Once the page refreshes, you'll see you have YouTube connected on your account, and you can continue to add more channels if you'd like. Or if that's your only destination, you can move on to setting up your first event. On the left-hand side, there's an option that says Events. Selecting on that option will take you to the event setup page. If you have existing events already created, they will be listed here where you can access the content or change and make adjustments as necessary. Collecting on the Create Events option is going to give you two options to select from. You can select a live stream, which is what I'll be selecting. But we also have an option where you can go live at a pre-decided time that's going to use pre-recorded content or recorded content so that you can reuse your previous streams or even pre-record content so that your live content is actually secretly a pre-recording. Selecting on the event options is going to give you the control over what the title of the event is going to be. For this, I'm just going to say test. You can select any of the title or description you'd like, and this information will be what is posted to the connected channels, as well as for the event that's going to be posted for the upcoming live stream details on platforms like YouTube and Facebook. You can also select a thumbnail image, which is really important for developing content that's going to be seen and attractive to people to pre-select to attend the event in the future. And once you click next, it's going to ask you what channels or services you'd like to include in this event. We have YouTube pre-selected, date and time. I'm going to select tomorrow and create event. We wait for the page to refresh. Takes just a moment. While it's doing this secretly, what it's doing in the background is it's actually reaching out to YouTube and posting an upcoming event for this specific date and time on YouTube. You can access that by clicking on the View YouTube event here. This is also the link that you would share with other people so that you would be able to send people to view the upcoming event and register to attend in the future. These options over here are really important. This is how you actually start the event. The quick and easy way is to go ahead and select on the Enter Live Studio, which is what we're using right now to go live with this content today. You can also use the RTMP settings to go ahead and connect this specific event in a service or an encoder like OBS or Zoom or whatever you're going to be using to go live that's outside of the Restream service like the studio. You can also click on past events to be able to gather detail on previous live streams. It's a great feature for being able to look back at streams that you've had and be able to go directly to the previous content. That is how we would set up a Restream event.
Cool. Sean, I wonder if you would want to take us a little bit also through the Studio features and show what are the functionalities available in Studio as well. I think that could be interesting.
Absolutely. So when you click on the Enter Live Studio, this is a Studio version specific for that event that I just created. It's going to take just a moment for it to load. And of course, this is a version of a browser that I don't use often. And because it's my first time, it's going to go ahead and ask for permission to use my camera. This is something that needs to be done the first time you access the studio, and your browser should remember that afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and click Allow. There I am. The studio itself has many features. You can control your microphone, your camera, just like that. It also has layout options that are visible when you have other participants in the meeting with you, or when you're sharing content, it will act just like a guest would. You can go ahead and control yourself by enabling and disabling your personal view. Just like that. You'll notice it showed the background when I was not on camera. You can also see that I have access to the chats that are being posted on the destinations. So currently I have YouTube connected. So when I go live and someone's watching at YouTube and they send a message, it will actually appear here. And then I can reply directly by clicking on the option at the bottom and then typing a response. We'll go ahead, Restream will send that response back to YouTube, and it will give the appearance that you yourself posted it because you did. We also offer options for captioning, where you can actually apply a very specific image over the top of the image itself. You can also preload these, and they will save over time so that you can change them and add new information. You can also go to the graphics functions and change aspects of what you see in the studio. A little work ahead of time can really make your stream very unique. You can add overlays that are custom if you are if you have our professional or above plans. These features are what give the truly unique view for your streams, where you can add your own logo. I'll apply Restream's logo, but with the professional plan, you can upload your own. You'll also notice the overlay features. This is what gives the really unique look, where you can add a transparent image to add specific features that show up on the stream itself, And of course, there are preloaded, as well as you can upload your own short video clips so that you can play a little stinger video at appropriate times during your stream. That is the majority of the features that are directly available within the graphics tab, so that you can control and add a specific view to the stream content itself. We do have specific settings you can access if you wind up wanting to use a different camera than what's defaulted on your computer. You can click the settings option here and make changes to the inputs and outputs of the studio that you're using. Video inputs are options, as well as the resolution of what you're currently using, so that you can control what the resolution is of the video signal you're sending. Bigger resolutions use more data, so at times you may want to select a lower resolution so that you can adapt to limited Wi-Fi signal strength. Those are kind of the specific questions that I would normally see as a support person for the studio. But if you have any specific questions, be sure to drop those into the chat here and we'll do our best to answer them.
Thanks, Sean, for doing the demo. I see questions being popping up for us to answer. So we will jump into go ahead and answer some of them and mix with some of them that we already thought about as well in the beginning. I see the questions being asked from now their questions are going so fast. I wasn't able to press on the questions that I wanted to show. So Arizona Airlines TV was asking regarding the widget. So I think that's been a big question lately. Maybe more general question is how to embed your stream to their website. Do you want to take that on?
Absolutely. So the widget, for people who aren't familiar, it was a tool that we provided as a beta feature that we were exploring for options for taking the content from places like YouTube and Facebook and applying it to your personal website. That process has been retired for this time as we explore new options. That doesn't mean you're without the ability to stream to your website. It does mean we need to explore other options. We recommend using features like the embed feature of a YouTube event that's readily available after you've created a Restream event. And you would basically go to YouTube and gather the embed share content from the event itself and place that on your website. It'll automatically go live when the stream to YouTube starts, and it would need to be updated over time. There are also ways of creating a unique iframe. It's rather complicated, but you can create an automatic refreshing version of your YouTube channel on your website. Definitely contact our team directly so that we can help you with that setup process. And there are also available features from services like Wowza and Akamai, where you can connect directly to their platforms, and that's their specialty, providing you with a way of taking your content and putting it on your website with all of the professional bells and whistles that their services provide.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like streaming to the website is definitely popular and requested a lot of times. And being able to embed it directly from YouTube or Facebook or Akamai, for example, is definitely something that people can benefit right now while we're developing a better solution than widget, because we realized that we definitely could improve on there. I see a very good questions from Victorian Solutions. Is there a way to practice the event ahead of the time or do a run through? That's been a big question as well on how do you test the stream before going live. Sean, any recommendations?
Absolutely. In fact, I will, if you don't mind activating the screen share, I can even show how you can go live to YouTube without actually having to have that live stream be visible to other people. So I'm going to go ahead. Bigger. Oh, perfect. Go. So when you're in the event creation steps, we've done this once before. So I'm going to say this is test 2. I'm going to go ahead and say next. When you're at the event creation page, you can actually select on the edit button for the very specific channel that you're going to be going live to. Inside of the YouTube channel options, inside of the event, is a toggle for you to change it, the event that's being created to either being private or unlisted. Either of those options will be a way for you to stream directly to your YouTube channel and have that content not be visible or notifying to your followers. It's a great way to go ahead and test the entire system, all the way down to the Restream event, all the way to the streaming to YouTube, to make sure all the things are working. It'll also, if you have a paid account, create a recording of that stream on your Restream account that can then be used to restream that content out again to all of your channels if that's your choice.
Sean, I actually see a few questions they're saying from at Victorian Solutions without going live, and I see questions from Carlos. Can I pre-record the interview with somebody on Restream and later upload it to YouTube?
Oh.
Could you talk a little bit more on how the recordings work and how this is shown in the account, and how we can what are the options available for recordings later?
Absolutely. So within the recordings functionalities, you would have the ability to go ahead and see the Restream content itself. Oh, I just closed my Firefox, I do believe. Sorry about that, Anastasia. Sometimes live streaming gets a little crazy.
No worries.
The ability to then use the recordings functionality is what is going to allow for you to stream from Restream again with the same content. And what you can also do is our newly created Restream recording functionality, where you can download a very specific audio track of just one participant. We have lots of recording functions, and with those recording functions come different abilities to download the material itself for reuse, either internally or for uploading to services that don't support the RTMP live streaming features that we directly offer. The most recent feature that we offered is the ability to download all of the recordings, to download all of the audio recordings individually. So you can have my audio, your audio, or the mix of both of ours. That's really useful for reusing the audio of the recording itself for uploading directly to podcast type services. You can also then create little snippets of the audio version itself of one person's audio for reuse in other applications. Maybe if you were creating a new video and just wanted to use the person's audio as an audio overlay. The video recordings themselves can also be directly recorded for storing onto your account or on your computer. The recordings do expire depending on what plan you have. So you would want to make sure to actively download recordings you wanted to keep for your own personal use beyond the normal recording length, which depends on, yet again, the plan that you're paying for. So some plans have storage that lasts longer than others. So definitely check that and make sure you're able to download and archive the videos that you're wanting to save in the exact version that was originally streamed.
Awesome. Yeah, so I think I was able to open the account, or do you want to pull off the screen share for you as well? What I just wanted to add is every time that you go live, if you have a paid feature, if you have a paid plan, we automatically record the stream. So for example, this interview that happens, I'm interviewing Sean with questions from you guys, will get recorded, and it's available in the recording page, what Sean is showing right now. And then there are different ways of downloading the recordings, and there's possibility to download only audio, only video and audio, even different tracks for guests. So Sean talking to us differently and me talking differently. So, and then this content can be repurposed for your podcast or any other information that you need. So again, it's available with our paid plans, and it's automatically, you don't have to do anything. It's already built in.
It's very true. And, I was going ahead and exploring the different options available in the recording download features, and you can tell that I was the only one in that meeting. So the audio recording, you can download just my audio. If there were 6 people in there, each person's audio would be individually available for download, so that you do not have to have the crosstalk aspects of some streams that sometimes one person's audio might be missed, as it maybe someone was talking at the same time. And so it's a great way to be able to isolate one specific person's audio for maybe replacing the audio in the final version of the video that you use for other purposes.
Yep, cool. Eddie here was also asking, does audio only expire?
Ooh, great question. It does. It's going to follow the same policies that are associated with the overall recording features unlocked with different plans. So definitely keep an eye on what the plan specific length of recording storage is going to be, and make sure to archive by downloading those to your computer before they expire.
Awesome. Thanks. Thank you, Sean, for showing us, talking a little bit recordings. I feel like this is very in time with the question I had in mind. So what are the new things and new features that are launched in Restream that you would like to show off? And I'm trying to basically to ask you what's new. Can you walk us through a little bit of what's new and what is the features that you're specifically excited on?
Absolutely. So some of the most recent releases of services are sometimes not even noticed because they're on the back end. But ones that are very noticeable and really quite unique are going to be things like our RTMP input to the studio, where you would be able to pull in a service like Zoom or an encoder like OBS or vMix directly into the Restream Studio, using the RTMP URL and key that are generated each time you open the Restream Studio. That option is very, very unique because it gives you the control over a Zoom meeting, but it also allows you to add functions that do not natively exist in Zoom. Features like being able to play a pre-recorded video, like a countdown timer at the beginning of your Zoom stream to Facebook, is an excellent way of adding additional value to an existing service you already pay for, like Zoom. It also would give you direct control over adding overlays of chats, just like we have here currently, while using a Zoom session. Of course, in that situation, you would need to have a host that is managing the Restream Studio while the Zoom session is happening. And a lot of times that also allows for you to add your custom overlay image that would allow for special branding with your Zoom stream. That's going to give you the option to add your own overlay images as well as branding like your logo in the top right while you're using Zoom. You can also use the overlay images to hide aspects of the content that you're wanting to remove from the stream by using an overlay image with limited transparencies.
Where do you think, who would usually be good use case scenarios for this feature, or who is the most common places that you have seen to be used, in your opinion?
That's an interesting question. I would say that the most current use cases for it would be tied to the Zoom suggestion I just had, as well as if you have the need to pull in an encoder, like maybe a Mevo device or some other RTMP-enabled stream, but you want to have control over when it's seen. So that way you can stream from the device directly nonstop, but activate and deactivate that content during the stream using the controls that are available to the host on the right-hand side. Being able to bring in a guest, being able to bring in a live content stream from maybe on the other side of the country using the RTMP settings available in an encoder that you would then send basically through our service into the studio and then mix it with other live content, other guests, being able to mix it with live chat. It's really the control is the big unique feature in this, is the ability to give more control, more options to the host as to how the content is received in the studio.
Yeah, I can totally agree with you. And so with our guests, it's just to add a few things. With our guest features, you can have 10 guests on the stream. So 9 guests and you number 10. With Zoom, you can have 100 guests, but you cannot have logo on top of your screen or chat. And that's kind of, why not get the best of the both worlds? And in this way, 1,000 you participants on your stream, and then you add your logo and you add the chat, etc. And that's super cool. Or for example, a green screen from OBS as well. This is also an interesting feature to use. So Sean, do you? I'm just gonna try to look for more questions. And I saw this one very interesting, I thought, from Peter C. As a DJ, is it possible to use OBS and make the layout there and just use Restream to split the stream, Mixcloud and Twitch? For example.
Great question. Yes, absolutely. There are several ways of connecting OBS and other encoders like that to Restream directly. We've been talking about the ability to bring an encoder into the Restream Studio and manipulate the studio directly, but that's only one of several ways of receiving content from OBS. Another option would be to connect OBS directly to your Restream account using your stream settings for your account as a whole. That's going to bypass the Restream Studio. And when a stream starts in OBS, it will connect to Restream, and then Restream will take the details received from OBS and automatically mix it and send it to all of the connected channels on the account. That's going to give you the ability to take a singular stream from OBS and send it to Restream with all of the features that you used in OBS straight to Restream for distribution to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere that you'd like to send the content to. And with that, it's pretty seamless because you're really starting and stopping the stream itself directly in OBS using the overlays and other features you're familiar with in OBS and relying on us for distribution.
Yep. Thank you. I thought that question, Peter, please let us know if we answered your question. It would be good to know. I somehow, when I was reading it, I thought, is it possible to use a different layouts for Mixcloud and Twitch, which I somehow thought it was, unfortunately, we cannot do it at the moment. You can definitely use a transcoding feature too, if you have a two different settings per requirements per platform, so you can use transcoding feature to adjust to the different platforms. But having a different layouts for different platforms at the same time, and at the moment it's not possible. But who knows? Maybe this is coming at some stage soon as well. We just need to wait and see. I had a few more questions. I thought that was interesting. Stuart, are we gonna add a Mixcloud chat anytime soon? Do you know anything about it?
I do. That's a great question. We're always wanting to implement new chat features and new features that enable the use of the existing API platforms for all of our connected channels. We are limited by the existing API functions that exist on each platform, but I know that we work directly with the integrated services on our service so that we can connect to as many features as possible. We have started communications with many of the platforms that don't currently support chat and have started that conversation with them to help them develop the needed tools to integrate with our service. Our service can connect virtually with anyone, but it's up to the end service to work to also enable their platform to connect to services that support API and chat and all these different things. With that, I know that we have goals that include adding more features for Mixcloud, but I do not currently have a roadmap for a timeline for that yet.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a common asks, and also the same coming from Trovo. Trovo chat as well has been popular, especially after, now I can remember the platform name, but was it Mixcloud? No, was it? There's some game platform that deprecated last year, and Trovo definitely starts filling in the blank there as well. I saw this interesting question from Savvy Turtle. If you made a custom, I'm not sure, Savvy Turtle, if you have a question, please ask so I can answer that question. I was going for the question from Steve. Are you just showing individual chat messages rather than the chat whole stream? Do you want us to show this in your account? How do you do the overlays versus just a general chat?
Absolutely, I can show that. The chat functions themselves, when the studio is not live streaming, are limited because the chat itself activates, in most cases, when the stream starts. Most platforms support chat after the stream starts. So that means that the functions that you're looking for will be most visible after you've clicked the Go Live button in the top. You can directly select on chats that have already occurred by clicking on that chat itself on the bottom, or excuse me, on the right-hand side. And a demonstration of that is possible by clicking on this preview window here. If I click on it, you'll notice it slides across the screen and becomes visible. That would be the same for all the live chats that you're receiving during the stream. They would need to be visible to be able to click on them, of course, and they do disappear as other chats come in and the chats move off the screen. You then would disable the chat itself by clicking the option or clicking on the chat itself again. So that is how you would display one chat at a time. The newer feature we offer is also this chat overlay. When you click on the chat overlay, it's going to take up a little bit of real estate on your preview window and give you the live chat that as they're happening. Of course, this is going to display all of the live chats as they come in. They will scroll to the top and disappear as they occur. This is a great way to have a little bit more hands-off option for being able to display the chats as they occur on platforms that maybe don't support the chat itself. It also allows for the displaying of the chats that happen on other platforms. For example, if you have YouTube connected and Facebook, a YouTube post is going to be displayed on YouTube, but it is not going to appear on Facebook. So by having this overlay occurring, the people who are viewing on Facebook have the opportunity to see and respond to the comments that are happening on YouTube. That really leverages the benefit of multi-streaming to many platforms and allows for the conversation to not be restricted to just one platform.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for showing this. I feel like definitely the chat overlays, the latest feature, has been great. This is something that we use at the beginning of the stream. Just make sure that you have enough streamers at the time, so when they start responding, it's kind of looks live and it's populating. Because I thought it was a little bit awkward moment for me. Definitely should wait next time before I start chat overlay at the beginning of the show. I got a question from Savvy Turtle. So Savvy Turtle has a business plan and trying to stream to multiple YouTube channels, but it looks like it requires to keep linking and unlinking accounts. To be honest with you, it's really hard to say what's happening right now. Sean, do you have any recommendations from your head?
I do. We offer live 24/7, 7-day-a-week chat support on our website, and you can even access it while you're live streaming. There's an orange button in the bottom right-hand corner of every page on our website. And with that, you can contact us. You'd be speaking to me and the other people who are on the team that I work with. They are available 24/7. We are actually staffed in 7 different countries so that we are not only around, but we're awake and fully functioning to be able to answer all of your questions. We can walk through all kinds of different steps with you, answer questions, solve problems, as well as just build up your confidence to make sure that you're fully emotionally ready for your live streams, not just on the technical side.
Yes, and then this problem seems like it's really hard for right now to say what's happening. I know every time that YouTube makes changes on their end, it would require reconnecting, but it doesn't need to be reconnecting if you have, let's say, 5 different YouTube channels added. It doesn't require to reconnect them one every time. Hopefully it doesn't, unless it's something on YouTube side. So if this is happening, please contact support. We will be able to help you from there. Got one more question from Andy. Can OBS be connected to Restream Studio?
It can on the premium and business level plans. So that is a feature that you can see on the studio regardless of your plan level. However, if you're on the free version or the standard version, it is going to prompt you to upgrade to the premium plan to unlock that feature. And that feature is going to give you that functionality we were discussing previously, where you can receive input from an encoder like Zoom or OBS and apply the overlay images, chats, and guest features directly to it.
Yeah, cool. I also see live on YouTube and Facebook. That's pretty cool name, by the way. Saying I use OBS with Restream. Great job. So it's true. So I feel like in a way, Restream is basically like a Google. We cover a lot of different things. We allow you to stream with Zoom. We allow you to stream with OBS, Vimix, Streamlabs. We also allow you to stream from your browser directly. We also allow you to stream recorded videos. My favorite thing, I call it fake live. And of course, we also allow you to stream from the OBS or Zoom into the studio to get the most powerful uplift to your streams and your functionality. So definitely it's possible. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and look for more questions. Guys, if you have more questions, please go ahead and ask. We're gonna share in the 5 minutes or so, we're gonna share a discount with you to get started as a part of this stream. And some small giveaway, maybe. I'll keep that a little bit as a secret. If you still have questions, please post questions here. And while I'm looking for more questions, Sean, I'm gonna ask you, what is your most favorite type of use case of Restream that you came across?
That's a great question. I would say that my favorite use case is tied to interviews. I never before thought that people would want to live stream interviews on services like Facebook or YouTube, but it's becoming a trend. It's becoming a very public way of having interviews on services that are already social media heavy. So a great example is a service that would be maybe that's your whole thing. You're a live streamer and you want to have an interview with someone that is public so that everyone can give you feedback on your live stream functionalities and how you actually perform as a live streamer. If you're interviewing for a live streaming job, like the one we're doing right now, that would be a great way to stress test the candidates to actually say, you're not just answering questions on the fly, you're answering questions on the fly and people are watching. And so that adds a little extra heavy aspect of the interview itself to really bring it home as far as that this is what you'll be doing professionally. Let's add it to the interview.
100%. I definitely see the value in interviews. Actually, maybe even panels or something like this. And from what I have seen is people being streaming live directly, but then also reusing that content to go over to the next, to the podcast or to the, even to stream it on Sunday or to stream it on any other day. So it's not only one show, but it's doubled, but only one effort. So I totally love that feature. I also have seen people now streaming weddings as well, because I feel like because of the COVID and restrictions of staying home, people streaming their weddings to all their family through Restream instead of just going attending the wedding. I also seen like a huge organizations streaming concerts. For example, one of my favorite ones during COVID, it was World Health Organization. So during the first wave, it's a year ago now. It's kind of hard to believe that so long time we're locked in our houses. But when the first wave happened, World Health Organization was streaming to staying together at home. And there, Elton John was there, Lady Gaga was there. It's a massive thing, and it was done through Restream. Got like 12 million views on YouTube, and that was when I was getting hired at the time, and I was like proud to be working with Restream. So definitely that was my proudest moment when using. Sean, have you ever came across using people using Restream for doing sales or doing engagements or something like that?
Absolutely. I know that there are quite a few people who use our platform for sales and marketing, specifically within LinkedIn, because we are a preferred streaming platform for LinkedIn. It has enabled enterprises and companies that are actively streaming or were actively posting, to LinkedIn for purposes of recruiting or for sharing their skills and resources that they use for purposes like recruiting, right on LinkedIn, and being able to double down and be able to not just have a stream to LinkedIn, but an event that is posted in advance to develop people who develop viewership and people to actually be committed to that upcoming event itself. And then with that, of course, I've also seen people on Facebook and YouTube using our platform for maximizing their auction sales. Because of the unified chat feature, it does give you the ability to then track and monitor people who are bidding or requesting that they buy a very specific item that you're displaying. And of course, that's leveraging existing features of Facebook and YouTube and their existing chat features to be able to use our service to be able to distribute that sales attempt to a wider market.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that this has been used like this. Wow, this is pretty amazing use case. Actually interesting that Eddie from Facebook was also agreeing that he streams weddings and burials and birthdays through Restream. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna share. We have one more request on how to show how to use customer RTMP ingest into the studio. So we're gonna show it in a minute. For the moment, I'm gonna share you a discount code that you guys can use. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh, and didn't display. Here it is. So please use this discount code to try all the paid features like streaming pre-recorded videos, record your content, also going live to Facebook groups, adding your logos, etc. It's a 25% discount for new accounts or new signups or upgrades. If you haven't done so, please do go ahead and try. And it's valid for 1 week. Sean, is there any secret to this?
To the discount coupons themselves, there can be. As far as if you're an existing user that already has an upgrade, definitely contact us about ways of applying a coupon to upgrade to the next level up. So if you're a standard user and you want to use this coupon to upgrade to professional, there's a few extra steps necessary, but our support team's available to help you apply a coupon to an upgrade. That's not a problem at all. We also would love to help you be able to be successful. So don't feel like you're alone on an island. If you use this coupon and then feel like you've stepped into something you weren't prepared for, just know that we're here to help you with that and make sure that your answers to questions are readily available to you. We also have an extensive library of Help Center articles available on our support Help Center page. And definitely, if you are having any kind of questions or just want to learn more about our product, our Help Center is a great place, as well as our YouTube channel with all of the historical live streams like this, where you can just watch video after video and become a Restream master.
Awesome, cool. Thanks for sharing. Do you want to wrap up by showing how to use RTMP ingest into the studio? I'm going to enable your screen share.
Absolutely. So in the Restream Studio, the options down here at the bottom are going to give you more details if you hover over them. This one here, the one that says Beta RTMP, this is the button you would click to gather the details that you would input into the encoder. That encoder, once again, could be Zoom, it could be OBS, it could be any number of different options that are available in the market to be able to create content and stream it. When you click the button, it's going to automatically give you more details. It's going to give you the URL. This is something that would be asked for in the encoder itself, as well as the unique stream key for this studio session. Remember, every time you open a Restream Studio, it's going to have unique details for that specific session or event. So clicking on the copy option on each one of these is going to copy that to your clipboard, and then you would use that detail inside of your encoder. At times, you need to be able to actually manually type the key if you don't have the ability to copy and paste directly. A good example of that would be a hardware encoder, so something that's a physical device that encodes in the same fashion as a software encoder like OBS. In that situation, you'll need to very carefully copy the exact key from this page into the hardware encoder and then start the stream. Doing so will automatically load that stream into the studio itself, and it will appear over here on the right-hand side, right below the host. And you would be able to then use the toggle option to add or remove that content during your stream.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, cool. I feel like we gone over most of the questions. Guys, it was such a pleasure having you today on our stream. We hope you got a little bit more information on how to get started and how to connect your first channel and be there with your audience and take your sales and streams to the next level. Don't forget that our support team is 24/7 available to answer your questions. And we're very happy to help you with anything to get you going and get your goals set up. Sean, do you want to do our classic high five?
High five, of course, yes.
Wait.
Oh, what we got?
Wait.
You ready?
Wait. This one. Yeah, this one. 1, 2.
Oh.
Yay!
Always practice things if you want to
Always
display them
practice.
on live streams.
100%, because
We've got
it's
time.
mirror.
Do we want to do a giveaway?
Oh yes, 100% good idea. So everybody who sign ups with this discount code, and we're gonna randomly choose one person to send a T-shirt, Restream T-shirt that Sean is wearing today, so if you please sign up, or advise your friends to sign up, and let us know, and we will just randomly select one person to send the giveaway T-shirt for as a thank you. I don't know, as a welcome gift, I suppose, as well. They're pretty cool T-shirts, I think, in my opinion. Okay, so that's all from us, Sean. All from us. Good to go. Thank you guys again for joining our stream. See you next week, and have a happy streaming and lovely time.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye.